welcome to Movie Reviews by South the Normal with your host, me, Michael Soren. That's right. Talking about 3 movies this episode on the Movie Reviews by South the Normal. Got 3 to talk about. We're going to talk about Tetris first. It's over on Apple TV. Tetris tells the unbelievable story about one of the world's most popular video games, found its way into the avid players around the globe. Henk Rogers, played by Taron Egerton, discovers Tetris in 1988 and risks everything by traveling to the Soviet Union, not reunion, when he joins we're in the reunion now, when he joins the forces with Alexey Pazhitnov, Nikita Efremov, I think I'm saying those right, to bring the game to the masses. I remember Tetris as a child. It was one of the games that we had. I don't know if it came standard with the Nintendo NES, but we had it. And I remember my dad would play it and he'd pause it. And we weren't allowed to touch the TV until he was done. Just sat there paused forever. That and Free Cell. We weren't allowed to play Free Cell on the computer because he was trying to get the high score. He just paused it. And this is when we probably could have changed the channel or unhooked the converter, but he wouldn't let us because he thought if you did that, he'd lose his game. We weren't allowed to do anything with that TV until he was done. And God help you if you turned it off and ruined his streaks. You heard about it. Till this day, you still hear about it. Tetris. I didn't know what to expect with this. It's on Apple TV. They've been delivering some quality movies over there. I think they won an Oscar last year with I was drawing a blank on it now. The movie with about the deaf family there. Hit me up in the comments if you remember the name. I'm not going to take the time to look it up. Let me know why I messed up. This movie had so much fun. Like occasionally you'd see a Tetris piece pop up or 8-bit element into the frame, which I love 8-bit animation. My goal in life is to make an 8-bit animated series or movie of some kind. I think that'd be awesome. I also have an idea for Lego TV show that'd be on the raunchy side. So anyone out there looking for a great idea, I got them. Now, Tetris isn't the greatest movie ever made. It will intrigue people to subscribe to Apple TV, and you'll have fun watching it because it's as wild as it sounds on paper. And it's got a little tedious side to it that felt like the game. Because the game was tedious. It was the same thing over and over, just faster. But it's got this little sways between being too serious to be campy, too campy to be serious. It's got this whole little, it's like wishy-washy thing. Going back to what I meant by tedious, it did feel tedious, and usually that's a bad thing, but it reminded me of the game. Maybe it also reminded me of that story I told in the beginning. So that could also be the memory is pulling up. It just works. How it's put together, how it's framed. Egerton and Efremov they're great together. They had decent, good chemistry. John Baird harnesses that the style of the 80s, and the music comes through. And it almost felt, what was that movie? Bridge of Spies, maybe? I don't know, kind of felt like one of those type movies at one point. And I was like, I was not expecting this, and I love it. So kudos, that's great. Over on Apple TV, check it out. It was well worth it for a free trial if you get the free trial they're offering right now. So check out this movie. It's not what you expect, and it's for a movie based on a video game about blocks falling at an increasingly fast speed. to the Russian music of the 80s in 8-bit form. You you don't go wrong. So go check it out. Next up on the list, before we get there, if you like what I'm doing here, subscribe, follow along, hit the thumbs up button, click that bell so you know when things are coming out. I'm going to try to drop stuff every week, sometimes multiple things a week. If I miss a week, you'll definitely get multiple things the next week. Next up on the streaming platforms of Netflix, we got Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston in Murder Mystery 2. If this movie was worth it, I'd put a toilet flush sound right here. I keep giving Sandler chances. I barely liked Murder Mystery, and here I am watching Murder Mystery 2. Now they're full-time detectives struggling to get their private eye agency off the ground. Nick and Audrey Spitz find themselves at the center of an international abduction when their friend, the Maharaja, is kidnapped in his own lavish wedding. It's like incompetent Scooby-Doo solves a crime, but it was just like forced punchlines throughout. I forgot what it was. It was just like, we made it bigger than the last time. It was hard to watch. Definitely hard to watch. I wouldn't subscribe to Netflix for this series. Like, if you put it on for noise, that's what it's going to be good for. Because maybe occasionally you hear a line and you're like, oh, that was a little funny. But you just get lost in it. I think their press tour was better than this movie because those two have known each other for a good clip now. They usually have good chemistry on screen. What was it? Just Go With It. Was that their first time together in a movie? I don't remember if that is or not, but that's just what I remember them being first together in. And they were good in that, and they're good in it. Like, they have the chemistry. For a movie that's a whodunit, crime thriller, Knives Out type thing, it fails. It fails to be that. And it was clunky. Wasn't smooth. Sandler's just so damn likable on screen. You keep coming back to him. It'll entertain you for a minute here or there. And you'll probably, I struggled to sit through it. But if you need something to zone out to and have a mindless moment, throw it on. Streaming over on Netflix. Check it out. Let me know what you think down below. I am a huge Adam Sandler fan because I grew up with his movies. Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison are great. Airheads, great. Like, if you haven't seen Airheads, check that out. It's got him, Steve Buscemi, Brendan Fraser in it, and it's a good movie, good comedy, I thought. And then all of a sudden, like, somewhere in his career, Adam Sandler just decides to film himself taking a shit. Sorry. Anyhow, that is Murder Mystery 2 over on Netflix. The final movie I am reviewing today, let me pull up my notes, comes out this Wednesday. Air, the story of Air Jordan, not Michael Jordan, the shoe, not the person. Ben Affleck directed this movie. Air reveals the unbelievable game-changing partnership between then rookie Michael Jordan and Nike's fledgling basketball division, which revolutionized the world of sports and contemporary culture with Air Jordan brand. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, Viola Davis, Chris Messina, they're all in this. Lots more. And say what you will about Ben Affleck as Batman and a lot of the crap he's done, he can direct a movie. Like, it is straightforward, simple, just entertaining. He nailed it all across the board with this. Matt Damon is terrific as the middle-aged basketball nut that he is. Just the script is great. Kind of had a Moneyball feel. If you like Moneyball. It's got that underdog feel, like Nike's trying. I guess the story is like Adidas. Everyone wears Adidas. Jordan's gonna get fined because of this, wearing these shoes, and they just go for it. And look where I think it's $1 billion brand, but in and of itself, I know it made Jordan a billionaire, and people collect these shoes. There was that photo of DJ Khaled putting a pillow under his Jordans, whatever that was about. But people have been collecting these shoes since they first came out, and it's their investment. It's what they use to get financing for things. It's crazy. And it's a movie. It's essentially a movie about capitalism. In the end, if you really want to just nitty gritty it, taking risks. I mean, it's got this. I guess you call it an '80s energy, and by that, it's like, I'm not saying high on cocaine. Production design is great. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a nomination of some kind for production design. It's just Affleck is, you give him all the crap in the world for his acting choices, but he, hell of a director this guy is. Oh my God. I mean, what was it for? What did he do when they asked for Argo? Was that it? I don't remember. I think he was nominated again for something, but my Lord, is he just great at it. Like, you wouldn't expect it for some reason. And it was interesting because Jordans have always been out in my entire life. So it was interesting to see the story behind them, because I know the story behind how Nike basically came to be with the waffle running shoe, and like what launched them almost with I think his name was Prefontaine. I don't know his first name. Movie's called Pre. Check that out if you haven't watched that. It's a good documentary about him, and it kind of includes Nike's start with the waffle maker, making the shoe things specifically for him, and how he would just he was the greatest long distance runner ever at the time. Horrific car accident. Never won an Olympic medal. It's whatever. Not talking about Pre. We're talking about Air. Air, not Pre. Different 3 letters. It's you won't go wrong seeing this movie. Whether you're a basketball fan, whether you're a movie fan, whether you're the shoe fan, you'll love this movie. Comes in under 2 hours. Worth it. Check it out. Let me know what you think down below. Air, coming out this Wednesday. I didn't say blow my mind. It's, my expectations were mid-level, and it exceeded those. That's not saying much, I guess, because that's only whatever. See it, check it out. Great movie. Thank you all for tuning in. I've been Mike. This microphone is right in my face. Whatever. I didn't check. I forgot to move it. You guys are awesome, though. Check it out. Let me know what you think down below. Peace.